Welcome student. Welcome to Rise and Shine YouTube channel. This is the second session on Java programming. And this session mainly deals with the features of Java programming. So let us start. So in this session, we are going to discuss what are the buzzwords for Java programming, or why Java programming is so popular due to its features, or what are the features which make Java so popular. So in this session, we are going to see the Java features such as simple, object-oriented, it is a two-stage or interpreted language, platform independence of Java, how Java is architecture neutral, what do you mean by portable feature of Java, secure, robust, multi-threaded, distributed, high performance, and dynamic nature of Java. So let us start with very first feature. Java is simple programming language. So why it is simple? So it is very easy to learn. Even the school going student can learn Java. Whatever its syntax and semantic is similar to its predecessor language such as C or C++. These syntax are very clean and easy to understand. Next, whatever the most complex and confusing features in these language C and C++, that confusing features or concepts are totally removed from Java programming language, which makes Java simpler than C and C++. Such as the confusing feature explicit pointers. It is totally removed. Java does not support pointers. When I'm saying this line, so many people become happy. Yes, Java does not support pointers. They start the feeling, yes, it is a simple language. Or the confusing concept that is multiple inheritance in C++. Java does not support multiple inheritance. It is also totally removed. Or sometimes this multiple inheritance type of features, they are implemented in another way or in some clean and easy to understand way with the help of interfaces. So what are the interfaces we will see in upcoming sessions. Or whatever the memory management issues. So Java removed that memory management issue. There is a auto memory management type of feature is there. Or automatically Java removes or deallocates the memory allocated to object or whatever the useless objects in your applications. They get automatically collected, or memory allocated for that objects is automatically deallocated. So there is no overhead on programmer to deal with the memory management. So in this way, Java is very simple programming language. Next feature is Java is fully object oriented language. So what do you mean by fully objected? That is, everything in Java is considered as object. Each and everything is considered in as an object or real-time entity. Or when you are using Java to develop any applications, that application or that software is organized as a collection of real-time entities, which is nothing but the objects. So whole applications is revolving around the real-time entities or objects. So Java is 100% fully object-oriented programming language which supports all object-oriented features such as object, classes, abstraction, encapsulation or data hiding, inheritance, and polymorphism. All these object-oriented features are supported by Java. So whenever you want to develop any application in Java, it is compulsory to create a class, create a object of that class, then and then that application it's or you are able to create the application. So Java is 100% fully object oriented programming language. How to implement these features in Java, we will see in upcoming sessions. Next, Java is two-stage programming language. Two-stage means every Java program is first compiled, then after compilation, some intermediate code is generated. That intermediate code is called as bytecode, and then that bytecode is interpreted or converted into machine understandable form. Normal languages such as C, C++, Python, or JavaScript, they are either compiled language or interpreted. But Java is two-stage. First compilation, then interpretation. In between that, bytecode is generated. We will see it graphically or pictorially. Suppose this is my Java source code or .java file. So every Java file we are storing with extension .java, or you consider it is a source code. So in stage 1, that source code is we are submitting to compiler, Java compiler. Java compiler convert it into intermediate code, which is called as bytecode, and the file which contains that bytecode is called as class file. And then this class file or bytecode, we are submitting it to some interpreter in stage 2. So Java is two-stage language. And then that interpreter will convert it into machine understandable or operating system understandable code, such as if that interpreter is for Windows, it get converted into Windows. If it is for Linux, it get converted into Linux, or for Mac OS. So Java is a two-stage programming language, compiled as well as interpreted. Next Java feature is Java is platform independent. This is very important features. Due to this, Java is more popular. So what do you mean by platform independent? First, we will see what do you mean by platform. Platform means the operating system, processor, RAM, or the machine configuration. It's called as platform. So Java is platform independent programming language. Means Java is different than other programming languages, which are when get compiled or convert source code to particular OS understandable code. That is, other programming languages are not platform independent. When they get compiled, they convert the source code into particular operating system understandable code. Means program executed on one OS cannot execute as it is on other operating system. So whenever you want to execute same code on another operating system, you have to do some modification according to that operating system. Means that languages are platform dependent, operating system dependent. Their compiler converts code which is understood by that operating system only. This is not the case with Java. When Java program is written, it can be executed on any machine happily. Means suppose this is Java program. Once we have written the Java program, I can execute on Windows machine. Same program I can execute on Linux machine, or same program I can execute on Mac OS or Mac operating system. So for Java, there is a punchline: write once, run anywhere. So there is no need to modify your source code, though there is change in operating system. Write once, run anywhere. So it follows that ORA principle. WORA. Write once, run anywhere. So Java is platform independent. One source code we can execute, or that source code run happily on any operating system. Again, Java is architecture neutral. Next feature, architecture neutral. So to understand this feature, consider suppose this is one machine. That machine is having P4 processor, 32-bit operating system, 128 GB RAM, and 32-bit Windows operating system. And I'm writing some Java source code on this machine. Then I'm submitting it to some Java compiler. Java compiler convert it into bytecode or .class file or class file. Now suppose I'm changing the underlying resources of this machine to new, or suppose I'm executing this class file on same machine, P4, 32-bit Windows operating system, 128 GB RAM. Okay. Up to this point, okay, Java code will execute happily. But after some time, suppose I'm upgrading that machine to i3 processor, 5 GB RAM and Mac OS. Maybe it is 64-bit, suppose. Then also same class file which is generated by P4, 32-bit and Windows. Though we are upgrading or I'm upgrading that machine, still that class file execute happily. Means I'm changing the architecture of machine. Still there is no effect on Java code. No, it will execute happily. Suppose again, after some time, I'm changing that machine architecture to i5 processor, 128 GB RAM, and Mac OS, maybe a 64-bit. Still the same class file which is generated by P4, 32-bit, 128 GB RAM, 32-bit Windows operating system will execute happily on Mac OS. Means Java is platform neutral. Java does not depend upon underlying machine architecture or whatever changes or upgradation in OS, processor, system resources does not force any change in Java program. Same Java program, same class file will execute happily on that machine, though we are changing the architecture. This feature of Java is called as architecture neutral. So Java is architecture neutral programming language. Next feature, Java is portable. So what do you mean by portable? We can migrate Java code easily from one platform to another platform easily. Here migrate word is important. We can migrate Java bytecode easily from one platform to another platform very easily. There is no need to change that Java program or that class file. Suppose I'm created the class file on Windows operating system. I can migrate that class file easily on Linux machine. So the basic principle this Java is portal is a platform independence. Means we can run that class file, we can execute that class file on any operating system. It is running on Windows, or after some days I can migrate it to Linux, still it will execute. So Java is a portal programming language. Means it is similar to our mobile portability. You are changing your operator from Idea to Airtel, Airtel to Jio, but still your number is not changed. Your service provider will be changed, but your number is same. So same thing is here. Your operating system will change, but source bytecode will not change, or there is no need to change that bytecode according to operating system. So this is called as Java portability. Now there is one question in your mind. Then what is difference between platform independence, architecture neutral, and portal? These three features of Java, there is a very small difference. Or you can feel that these all things are similar, but this is not the case. These three are features are different. So I will explain you how they are different. Platform independence means though there is change in platform, there is no need to change in source code. Source code. Write once, run anywhere. Write once, source code. There is no need to change source code. Write once, run anywhere. Next, architecture neutral. Architecture neutral means there is a single machine. If I'm changing the architecture of that same machine to another architecture, P4 processor, 32-bit Windows operating system to P4 processor, 64-bit 5 GB RAM Linux operating system, same machine. I'm just changing architecture of that machine. Still Java program is executed. So architecture neutral means any upgradation in OS, processor, RAM, system resources does not affect Java program. Here I am changing operating system, underlying operating system. Maybe there is change in machine or change in operating system. But here single machine I am upgrading to new architecture. And portable means I'm migrating the code. We can easily migrate Java bytecode. Here I'm not dealing with any source code. I'm saying bytecode. So platform independence is dealing with source code. Write once, run anywhere. No need to change source code. Here we can easily migrate Java bytecode from one machine to another machine with different configuration. Now there are two machines, different machines. Class file generated on one machine, I can easily migrate to another. Similar to mobile portability. Jio to Airtel, Airtel to Idea, same thing. So this is difference. Many time in your interview question, this question will be there. Difference between platform independence, architecture neutral, and portability. Hope you understand this thing. Next. So whatever next feature we will see in next video. So all of my student, it is my kind request to all of you, kindly like, share and subscribe to my channel Rise and Shine from KG to PG and from Stotras to Syntax. Everything is here. So like, share and subscribe. So keep watching, keep learning. So till time, bye bye.